Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm here to do the next bingo challenge. This is a little challenge that I'm running in my Facebook group, Non-Stop Papercrafts. It's part of a collaboration that I'm doing with the wonderful Jade E Susan. She's also doing this bingo challenge in her Facebook group, which is Jade E Susan Art Community. We are doing this challenge because for the month of March, we have collaborated to create a kit called Step into Spring. And we are also doing daily freebies in each of our Facebook groups because we are celebrating National Craft Month. So lots going on in the groups. I have tried to keep up with the bingo challenges. And each Sunday, so there's two challenges that happen, one on a Wednesday, one on a Sunday. The Wednesday one I don't do a video for, I just kind of do it in my own time. And then Sunday today, I will do the second challenge and I'll do that with you on camera and kind of share that. So I did a video last week, if you want to go and check that out. This week we have had artist trading card and boho. So this is the one that I created for that. So I found out what an artist trading card size was, and I believe it was 2.5 inches by 3.5. So I've got my card size. I used a paper from my kit. So this was the page, and I've just cut out this section where it has like the butterfly on, and then this is from a freebie, this butterfly. That's in my Facebook group, and I just cut him out, and it is kind of lifting up a little bit. I only glued in the middle. I've got some cheesecloth behind. I had a bit of white lace, but I did rub some ink on it so it's a bit more blue, and then I've got some sari silk and this eyelash trim as kind of like a little tab. So that was my boho artist trading card. And then I used a sentiment from, this is my kind of sticker pad. It's called Quote Stickers Book, which I've used in previous videos. If you've been here for the Altered Index Challenge, you would have seen that one before. So that was my boho artist trading card. Then today, let me just grab my pen so we can scratch off the next one. We are doing, I believe it is bookmark and nature. So we are doing a nature bookmark. So I thought for that, I've got my little strip of card, and I'm actually going to make this as a bookmark for my planner. So that's what this is going to be used for. So I'm just going to move this bingo strip out of the way. And I'm going to move my ATC out the way as well. And I thought rather than wasting this, I'm going to use this as well. So I was thinking of using this edge and then having some of the flowers, and there's like a faint text here. But I do want it double-sided, so I'm going to kind of wrap it round. I'm just trying to decide exactly what sort of flowers I want in there. So I think I might kind of come up this high, and I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to kind of mark. So I'm just going to grab a pencil. That probably wasn't the best pencil to grab. Let's see if I can find a different one. Got another one next to me. So I'm going to do a little mark there and a little mark down this end. And then I'm just going to kind of follow that mark around, just so I know roughly where I'm going to stick this down. So I can kind of see through the paper actually, which is helpful. Right, then when I flip this over, when I glue this down, I know that that's roughly where my bookmark's going to be. Now, just in case you want to know how big my bookmark is, I mean, obviously you can make yours any size you like. It is just shy of 7.5 inches, and it is 1 3/4 inches wide. So that's how big mine is. I am going to add a little bit of Pritt stick to mine, a little bit of glue stick. And I'm just going to find those marks on here and line that up. Give it a good press down. And then I'm just going to encourage a fold, like so. And then I'm going to glue this side and I'm going to wrap it round. So I'm just giving it a really good coverage of glue because I want to obviously really make sure that it does stick. And then I'm just going to fold that over like so. Right, and then using my scissors so I can kind of obviously feel where the end is, I'm just going to snip. I can make it a little bit neater in a moment. I just want to kind of get the shape roughly. That's better. Right, and then using my paper trim, I'm now going to neaten up the edges. So it might mean that I end up with a slightly shorter bookmark than I just said I had, but it just helps neaten up the edges. Now obviously it's quite long for this teeny trimmer, so I'm going to have to get my longer trimmer out, which is my Fiskars one. I'm just going to slot that under there. And just going to line that up. Make sure it's nice and straight. And again, just give it a trim. And that is my covered bookmark. So the prompt is obviously nature. So I've got my nature on here. Now I do want to add a little tab and just round off the corners just so they're not quite so harsh. So I'm just going to round those. I don't think I really need to round these corners because this is going to become a tab. Or do I want to do a tab? See, I normally use this notch to create a tab at the front, but I'm thinking with it being rounded, and I can have it kind of higher than the page, it kind of forms its own tab anyway, doesn't it? So I'm just going to leave that actually. If it was a wider piece, I would probably create a tab, but it's not. So yeah, but this is great. If you've got one of these envelope punches, this does the corner rounding, and this creates the notches normally where you kind of fold up the edges of the envelope. But I normally use this to create a tab. So if, for instance, I show you on here, I would punch that out there. I would then move it along however big obviously you want your tab, and there you've got your tab, and then you would just use your scissors or a trimmer, obviously depending, and you just kind of cut off what you don't need on each side. I hope that makes sense. And then you end up obviously with your piece of paper and your tab. So this is really great for that. This actually came with a scoring board that I've got, because it's also got instructions on how to make envelopes, so that's where I got that from. But I do believe you can buy them individually. Right, okay, so now that we've got that, I don't want to overly decorate this. I am going to ink it though, because I have been inking all of my bits and bobs that I've been making. So I do want to do the same with this. A massive thank you to those that have been purchasing the kits from both myself and from Jade. It really does mean a lot to us. Also, a massive thank you to those that have been grabbing our freebies from the Facebook groups, working with those and posting your pictures in the group. It's really lovely to kind of see people creating things. If you want to take part, you need to obviously come over, join our groups. Like I said, you can make anything. It doesn't have to be from the bingo challenge. That's just kind of an extra bit of fun, really. Just to give some people ideas of what they could make. But you can make absolutely anything you like. And if you post in the group and you use the hashtag #StepIntoSpringCollab, if you post in the group, and you can post as many times as you like, for each post that you make using either the kits or the freebies, you get an entry into a prize drawing at the end of the month. So I'll be doing a drawing in my Facebook group, and Jade will be doing a drawing in her Facebook group. And then, yeah, so if you post in mine and post the same thing in her group, then you get double the chance of winning. So definitely worth doing. Right, just to add a little bit of something to this, I'm going to use this again. And I thought this is quite nice because it's going in my planner. Embrace each day with a smile. So I thought that might be quite nice. And again, it's kind of in a brown, which helps. So I'm just going to turn that this way and pop that up the side, just making sure it's reasonably straight. Is that even straight? I don't think it is. Let's try that again. That's better. Okay, so embrace each day with a smile. So I know that looks super simple. But as I say, I don't want it too highly decorated because it's going to go in my planner, so I need it to be reasonably flat. Right, so to get the holes, I'm actually going to use my Zutter, it's a binder tool, but I just obviously want the holes punched because the planner I've got is a spiral bound one. So obviously I do want to leave a little bit of a gap at the top. I don't want it to be a massive gap, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it in here, and so obviously this is where the first hole is going to be punched. So if I have this about here, so obviously it's going to punch its first hole here, so this should hopefully give me a little bit of a tab, or I might just let it come out ever so slightly. Now I'm just going to hold that into place, and then I'm just going to push down, and that will punch my holes. Now to get the rest of the holes, I do have to kind of flip it round, because here on this side I'm able to then line it up, and I've got this little kind of notch that goes in, so I'm just going to push that in a little bit because it needs to line up and just kind of hook in a little bit. And then again, I'm just going to push down. And it's given me more holes. And then obviously I just need to move over one more time. It's only going to do a couple more holes, isn't it? At the bottom. Go. Okay, so there's my holes. Now, as I said, this is going into a ring bound planner. So I'm not ring bound, sorry, spiral bound planner. So I do actually need to make teeny little snips in these bits as well. So I'm just going to go in and just cut into each of those little rectangles that I've just made, and that will allow me to be able to move this around a little bit. Okay. Okay, so this is my planner. And now I should be able to pop this in the rings, or in between the spiral binding. And that is now my tab, and it can help me easily now just go straight to the page that I need for this week. And because it's got obviously a paper on either side, that makes it a little bit easier. Now, if I felt that perhaps this tab was far too tall, I could always go in and punch one more hole. I don't think I need to. I think that's okay. This doesn't go anywhere, so it's not like this goes in my bag or anything, because it's quite a big planner. But that just easily I can pull straight to what I'm doing today. So I really like that, and I think that works really, really well. So that is my bingo challenge for today. So Wednesday's challenge was the artist trading card with a boho theme, so I've done that one. And then today's challenge was the bookmark in a nature theme, so I've got that all in my planner. I really, really like that. Obviously you don't have to use this for a planner. This could be used in a book. If I was doing this in a book, I may have perhaps added a tassel or something at the bottom, so it can be hanging out the bottom of the book. But yeah, when I saw that, I already had a kind of idea of what I wanted to use this for. So yeah, very sweet and simple. I haven't, like I said, overly decorated, because I need it obviously to be slim to go in here. Even if it was to go in a book, it would also need to be slim, because obviously you don't want to bulk out the book. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoy these challenges and that you're having fun with the bingo. So we've got a couple more days of challenges left to go. So we'll have one more on Wednesday and one more next Sunday. And then you'll have about a week before we do the winners drawing, just to do any catch-ups. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing what you create in the Facebook group. As I said, you have got a chance of being in the giveaway at the end of the month. And yeah, it would also be nice just to kind of see what you make with the papers. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next crafty video. Bye for now.